Hey guys, we just saw Prey on Hulu.
That's right, everybody. Is this Predator prequel worth checking out? Stick around because we're about to find out.
Let's talk about some Prey.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
What do you think?
All right, man, well, we got some Amber Midthunder and Dakota Beavers playing Naru and Tabe. Some Comanche, I guess they're at the age where they're warriors. He's definitely a warrior. She's trying to be one, even though back then females really weren't warriors, I don't think.
Yeah, she's more of a gatherer, but she wants to be a hunter.
Wants to be a warrior, yeah. But, no, good acting, man. You know, you got a lot of...
yeah, I haven't seen him before, but...
Yeah, well, I've seen her in other shows that I've watched, you know, like Banshee and a couple other shows that she's been in. I've seen, and I've liked her. But Banshee was an awesome show. I love that show. But yeah, man, I thought it was good, man. I thought the acting was good. I thought, you know, for what was probably a low budget film, I thought they did pretty good job with it, you know.
And it's directed by Dan Trachtenberg, and he co-wrote, directed. He hasn't done much. 10 Cloverfield Lane. Did like a pilot episode of The Boys, so relatively inexperienced.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was well directed, well written.
Oh, definitely, man.
Well acted. It actually surprised me.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't expecting much out of it. You know, I was, you know, the funny thing is, and I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but, you know, 2006, you had that video game Prey come out on Xbox 360 where, you know, the Native American warrior, his family gets kidnapped by aliens and he's got to go save them, right? So, I mean, I'm sure
aliens?
Yeah.
Was it the Predator?
It wasn't the Predator, it was aliens, but the name of the game was Prey. So, I'm sure it's just a coincidence, but it was just funny when I was watching it, I was just thinking about that game because I played the game and I actually enjoyed it, but...
Yeah, well, this movie does seem to have some game elements, right? Like, I mean, the Predator is like killing people like Mortal Kombat style. Like, he's doing like fatalities on people.
Scorpion ripping the freaking stuff out, man.
Yeah, and then she is like doing like a scorpion move where she's tying something to her axe.
Yeah, man.
So she's got the little scorpion spear thing going on. Right. So it's kind of interesting. Maybe this guy needs to move on to a Mortal Kombat movie after this.
Yeah, maybe. You can definitely use a good one.
Yeah, true. So now, what do you think about the old Predator movies? You big Predator fan?
Dude, yeah, I love the old Predator. Well, I loved the first one. After that, they kind of started going downhill a little bit, I thought. But the original, you know, you can't beat it. But this one was pretty damn close. It was good.
Yeah, who doesn't like the original Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, you know, Jesse the Body Ventura?
That's right.
So, I mean, and he's fighting.
And of course, you had Billy, little Native American in that one, too.
True. And it's gone kind of downhill for me because the Predator's fighting like elite commandos in that movie, and then he's fighting cops, and then he's fighting criminals, and then I don't know who he's fighting in the last one, like a bunch of misfits or something like that. So, like, when are we gonna get a cast that's as good as that original?
Yeah, I'd say this one was the thing I liked about this one. It was more like the original, right? It's more secluded. They're not in the city. There's not cops chasing after them, all this other nonsense.
And I did like that a lot.
You know, so I appreciate that.
Kind of go back to the roots with that.
Exactly, and I love that about this movie.
Smart to make it a prequel, especially with this cast, because it makes sense.
Exactly. I mean, it's based on 1700s. You know, this Comanche tribe, and you know, this fire in the sky lights up, and here he comes, man. Here he comes. But the thing is, you could tell, like in this, he's not there for them, right? He's just there to collect the biggest and baddest trophies he can get.
He's just sightseeing.
Right? He's pretty much. Yeah. I mean, he's out there battling bears and whatever other predators he can find. You know, he's out there to kill. You know, he kills a wolf at one point who was killing another animal. He killed a snake who was killing another animal. It's pretty much if he sees something that's considered a predator, then he's like, okay, I'm going to kill it because I'm a better predator, and then he takes the head as a trophy. You know, that's kind of how these predators operate, I guess. Or actually, kind of how they show it in this one, I think. And what I did appreciate too, especially in this one, they do a very compatible of what they're getting attacked with. Like when the bear attacks him with just claws and freaking body, he didn't pull out any kind of blasters or anything. He fought the bear, you know, hand on hand and all that. When the snake attacked him and tried to bite him, he stabbed it with his claws. So pretty much, whatever his adversary has to use against him, he tries to somewhat, you know, keep it fair. You know, keep the fight fair, I guess. You know, I kind of appreciated that as it was progressing and I was watching it. You know, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and he goes back and forth between like high tech and low tech, right? Especially, you know, this being way in the past. Yep. But he still has his invisibility, which is like one of his cool high tech stuff. But he's not shooting lasers in this one like he did in the other movie. He's shooting like
arrows.
Yeah, like.
Because that's what they got. You know, the Indians have arrows. He's shooting arrows. Now, I think once you get like once you threw the Europeans into it and they're shooting their freaking muzzleloaders at him and stuff, you got a little more high tech after that.
Yeah.
And rightfully so because hey, you know, he's gonna if you're getting a little more high tech on me, then guess what? I'm gonna get high tech on you.
He cheats a little bit, though.
He definitely cheats some. But it was cool how it progressed like that. I appreciated the progression of the weaponry in it and kind of how he kept it compatible to whatever opponent he was dealing with. So that was pretty cool how they did that.
Yeah. What do you think about the overall story? I mean, you don't need a whole lot of story to a Predator movie, right? Yeah. So.
No, I mean, like I said, I thought it was cool. I mean, obviously the Predators, their whole thing is they're hunters, right? They're hunters. They go around the galaxy and they try to find the biggest and baddest things they can fight, and to prove themselves as warriors, I guess, And then they collect skulls as trophies. And so the fact that, he comes here on Earth in the 1700s and he's trying to just, fight whatever animals or whatever he can find, and just the way it kind of progresses, and he runs into the Indians and they run into him, and kind of have the all-out battle ensue. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought the action was really well done. A lot of good shots of the Predator.
Oh, yeah,
him fighting the animals was really cool. So,
that bear scene was great, man. He was battling with that bear. That was awesome.
So it's just like really cool stuff, and I really like, some of these animals he gets bit by him and stuff like that, and like especially the wolf, you can see like the green blood on his teeth and stuff. That was like really awesome.
Yeah, when he's fighting the bear, man, he was getting tore up pretty good.
Oh, the bear was jacking him up. The bear looked like he was going to win for a hot second.
Oh yeah,
there,
exactly.
So.
So he threw his superhuman strength in there, and he picked it up.
Now, what do you think about this girl being able to take on a predator?
Again, back in those days, women were not warriors. They were the gatherers, right? They were the ones cooking the food. They were the ones making the stuff, a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm sure men probably made some of the stuff too. But they weren't really allowed to be warriors, So the fact that and they kind of show that in this, right? The brothers, they kind of show, that her taking a back seat, like, and then people talking to her down like she shouldn't be, being a warrior, but. Of course, with her, it's like, well, I'm going to be one just because you're telling me I can't be one, right? So I thought the way they went about that was cool. I was like, okay, well, she's just a freaking hot-headed kid, and if somebody tells her she can't do something, well, guess what? She's going to do it anyway, So
I mean, they do show she has above average intelligence and stuff like that. So, and that gets her in trouble sometimes, but
it helps her out too.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when she's trying to take this thing on.
Yeah, absolutely. So. No, I thought the way they played her character out was good because they didn't make it like she's some just badass Comanche warrior, because she's not. She wants to be one, but they still show her as a woman, right? But hey, you're a woman, part of a man's world. Kind of in this Cherokee tribe thing here. They're the warriors. You're not. But however, she's still able to play her part in that and kind of do what it is she wants to do.
And she's very versatile because like in the beginning it shows her throwing axes at trees pretty accurately, and that's pretty cool. Yeah. And she also has like some medical training and she can gather stuff and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's the other thing. She's a medicine person too, right? So yeah, that was good. And then that actually helps her out later on in the movie as well. So yeah, so she's got and that's kind of the good thing, I guess, too. Like for her, for being a woman, she's taught all the women's skills, like the medicine and different things to to help they can help. Okay, this will help cuts. This will help you with pain. This will help you that. And the cooking and all that. But then on top of it, she wants to learn the warrior stuff as well. So she's very versatile. So I thought that was a good aspect of this.
They have a bunch of young warriors, but we don't really see seasoned warriors, which I was kind of surprised because the main guy is pretty good, but like some of these other guys don't know fully what they're doing. So I'm kind of like, where's the guy who's been doing it for a long time? That's kind of coaching them along.
These are all the young warriors who are just like coming into their warriorhood, I guess, right? You can tell a lot of them had just like gone through their trials. They even talk about it, like, we just completed our trials to be warriors and all this. Yeah, you never see the only old person I think you see in this is like their mom. Like this whole is like a whole tribe of freaking 20s. Like
they don't show like 20s, the older warriors for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah,
but there should be a guy with them, like teaching them about everything, tracking and all that kind of stuff. But it's not there. So that's kind of that's my little nitpick there.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I was wondering the same thing I was watching. I was like, where the hell are the old people at, man? Where's the older warriors here who are freaking who taught these kids how to fight? So
because they act like Tabe's kind of like that, but not so much. He's still young too. So
exactly.
You have any other nitpicks for this?
I mean, we always talk about how they make women appear stronger than they are sometimes, like taking on bigger foes and all that. And you get a little bit of that in this, but the way she goes about it and just the skills she uses to kind of take the predator on, I thought was pretty well balanced in this. So I enjoyed how they did that, and especially towards the end, man. The way she freaking finally took him down at the end. I was like, that was pretty dang cool.
They do a good job of setting things up in this, which I think you forgive it for some things.
Yeah, exactly.
There was one scene where the dog was like tied up in the village, and like it just kind of is forgotten about. What's going on with the dog?
Poor dog, man.
So he just kind of like disappears for like some time.
That was a good dog too.
Which I was nervous about, because I was like, oh my god, is this going to be one of these movies where she's in trouble, the dog like distracts him and sacrifices itself? Well, I'm not going to give it away, but I was worried about that the whole time. So, because there are a lot of animals and stuff that get slaughtered in this thing. So, if you're a big animal person,
you got a ton of. It
might not be for you.
Because during that time frame, you got the Europeans coming over there that are selling. They're gathering pelts and selling them. So you get this whole, get this scene where they, slaughtered all the freaking buffalo to collect their pelts. So that was. Yeah, it's disturbing to see, man. Then the fact that it actually went down like that, man. They whereas the Native Americans, they used it all. They used the meat, they used the bones, they used the pelt, everything. They had, and they only killed what they needed. The Europeans just came in and slaughtered it all and just took the pellets and left the bodies to rot. So.
Did you enjoy the scenes with the Europeans and stuff like that? Because to me, I thought it like changed its tone, and it was probably intentionally, right? Because they're trying to ratchet up like the threat to the predator at this point. Because now these people have. Guns and stuff like that. So
I appreciated that, and I appreciated how, just the kind of way that whole big almost like battle scene kind of went down with it, right? Where the predator is getting, he's
ruthless.
He's ruthless, but at the same time, you could tell like, hey, he's definitely in danger here. Like he's got, he could actually get himself killed if he ain't careful, and he almost did at one point, right? So
he takes a lot of damage and shrugs it off, though.
Oh yeah. Well, I like how in this one too, they kind of they give you a good understanding of like the training he's got. With taking care of himself and healing his own wounds and all that stuff.
They've showed that in prior ones. But
they have. But, and it's good to see that. The fact that, they're not just these unstoppable creatures. They're just like, the people, they're just like what they're trying to hunt. They're mortal. They can get wounded and hurt too. And they've got their own, techniques they got to use and their own medicine and stuff to heal themselves up, So.
If it bleeds, they can kill it, Billy.
Exactly. Bleeds, it can die.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
So what do you rate this thing?
Dude, I'm gonna give it for such a low budget film, it was just I enjoyed watching it, man. I'll probably give it an 8, man. I was and it didn't. I think it was like an hour. 45
blame
minutes.
You for giving it an 8.
I think it was like an hour 45 minutes, but it went by quick. There was no really dull time in it, and I enjoyed it, man. That was a good movie.
Yeah, well, I think it's better than you expect it to be, especially after these last couple Predator movies. So and it just popped up on Hulu, and you're like, what's this about?
Yeah.
And
I was surprised to hear more about it,
And it's very well written.
Oh, yeah.
Way more than the previous Predator movie. So
no
that
doubt.
One was like a joke.
Well,
but
aside from the first one.
Yeah, but I mean, that the one right before this was just so bad.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They
definitely went about it the right way doing it as a prequel. I mean, you couldn't have done any better than that, I don't think so.
I liked it. It's a good Predator movie. Not as good as the original. Maybe up there with the second one. It's been such a long time since I've seen that one, but I'll probably give this a 7. I really wish, but it's a good start to revitalizing this franchise.
Oh, absolutely.
I hope like they get the cast to Expendables or something like that and merge that with the Predator, because I would love to see them go back to that Arnold kind of stuff and make them like formidable people that are going against them.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So, but I probably won't get it, but I would love to see it.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, probably like you see, probably never gonna happen, but that would be very cool to see something like that.
But there aren't too many movies that release specifically to Hulu that I really enjoy. I watch Hulu for the shows and stuff, but this is like one of the better movies I've seen that's exclusive to Hulu.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is this one could have easily been in the theater, and I probably would have made some money because it was a good flick. Yeah, I'd went to the theater to see it. So.
For sure.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. That is our take on Prey. We hope you enjoyed it. And as always, we appreciate you guys watching. And if you like us, hit like and subscribe. And please let us know what you thought about the movie. Until next time, we'll check you later.
See you guys. She like throws that axe, man. That thing like comes back like, I'm like, come on, man. You try pulling that thing back and see how that works for you. Yeah. I mean, it's like.
Because you use some vine. She just rolled a bunch of vine together. And
I'm like,
didn't work that way.
I love where like the dog comes running back. He's like,
get out of here.
What are you doing, girl? Get that out of here.
Run!
There's a bear and a damn predator coming.
That's right. You ain't got no chance, girl. Go.
Yeah, they need to get some like wrestlers and just put them in John Cena, whatever, man.
Yeah, The Rock, John Cena.
The Rock be like, I gotta kill the predator.
That's right.
I'm like, nah, man, sorry, you'll make it. You'll make it.
Dave Bautista in there with it.
Try and rock bottom it or something like that. Yeah. We got to pray just to make it today. Oh yeah, we prayed.
Pray.
Yeah, he don't eat nothing. We don't know what he eats. He eats MREs.
That's right. Just take on the best, the baddest, and
Then why is he invisible though? That's cheating, man.
That's cheating, yeah. That's cheating.
Son of a bitch is cheating. How come they can't sense when the predator's near like that old Navajo guy in the first movie? Billy was like, "Well, you see, Billy.
Right.
Hey guys, we just saw Hulu.
No, man.
Hell,
Not enough, man. Not enough.